I was watching film, I was looking at the fight, and I was like, there's no way I'm betting on Kelvin Gastelum again. There's no way. I can't do it. And then I watched the film, and I was like, I might be betting on Kelvin Gastelum. Yes, you lost to Joe Pyfer in your last one. Yes, you lost to Sean Brady. You got out wrestled. Jared Cannonier, Robert Whitaker of the such. Yes, you beat Daniel Rodriguez. So there's something to say there. But AJ, I look at Dustin Stoltzfus, who has been very inconsistent, as you can see. Look at it, literally alternating wins and losses since 2022. But what Joe Pyfer had in that fight to win against Kelvin Gastelum was the nuclear option. Dustin Stoltzfus does not have the nuclear option here. I actually, aside from wrestling, which he's no Sean Brady, he's very good, but he's no Sean Brady, I don't know what the path is here because I think Gastelum's a better striker. I think he's probably faster, even at his extended age, and he's a veteran that you can't quite just discount yet. As much as it pains me to say, because I've been burned so many times by this man. What do you think?
I think the best option, Derek. Well, one, I want to say, yes, I'm with you. I literally had the exact same thought. Not a chance in the world am I betting on Gastelum. I've seen this before. We've said this before. And yet here he is making me pause and consider what's actually happening, Derek. But for Dustin Stoltzfus, the main path, the main way I see him actually going and able to win this fight is just controlling that distance with the front foot, man. Make the little guy not be able to touch you and just keep him at bay and just keep this a technical point show. Because we know Kelvin Gastelum, he has to get on the inside. He's going to be throwing the big winging shots to be able to try and just touch your chin. So that way he can change the momentum and get this fight going in his favor. But if Dustin Stoltzfus is just able to keep kickboxing range, just keep him at bay with that lead side kick he likes to use, there's a lot of time for him to be able to then find another option to work that isn't just getting in Kelvin Gastelum's range and hoping for the best.
And it's a fair point to say that for Dustin Stoltzfus, look at his losses. Guys that have fight-ending options. Ruziboyev, Bruno Fajeda, Abus Magomedov, right? All dudes who have fight-ending options right there. And you have to ask yourself at this... Bro, I was going to say at the steep age, 33 years old for Kelvin Gastelum, the man feels like he's 45, but you got to think, what fight-ending options does Gastelum have at this point? Because we have to really go back to find the last time that he won a fight. In the last 5-6 years, he has not won a fight by finish, right? He has six TKOs, 6 subs, but you might as well just throw those out because it's all decisions in the last X amount of years right here. So Kelvin Gastelum has to win this fight on points on paper, right? That's the discussion we're having on paper. He has to win this fight by points. And I think, again, if you're able to go to a split decision with Nasrat Haqparast, which did he? Or am I thinking about somebody else? I am thinking he looks like Nasrat Haqparast. That's the problem that I'm having. All right, listen, throw that analysis to the side. I just think he's a better striker, and I hear your analysis about Stoltzfus staying on the front foot, but consistency issues appears to be the problem. Mental lapses for Stoltzfus, who can never quite put it together, even when he's winning the beginnings of a fight. So that's the finale of my analysis here. Do you have anything else on this matchup?
The big thing I think right here, Derek, that's going to come into it all, because both these fighters are stuck in their ways at the career they're at and the age they are in the UFC. Who's going to be the mental dog? Who's going to be the bigger one in there? And who's going to stay solid on their game plan and their mental fortitude? I think that's Kelvin Gastelum, and that's why I'm actually rocking with him, dog. Kelvin Gastelum by points. It's the only real victory or only real path to decision that's going to happen more often than not, I think. So I like Kelvin Gastelum in this fight, man.
And let's also, me too. And let's just also point out right here, I stay away from this number right here. Minus 280 Kelvin Gastelum. That's why when I was like, dude, am I betting on Gastelum? And then I saw the odds. I was like, there's no way. Who priced this, first off? But second off, if you're going to take something, plus 155, Kelvin Gastelum by points. What other option do you have? What other option do you have, bro? And that makes no sense to me. I think this is the steal of a century, especially if he can get it done, because Stoltzfus by points plus 310. Come on, brother. Somebody is going to go to a decision. I don't see a finish happening in this fight. You can't convince me otherwise until it actually happens. So there's your analysis. Kelvin Gastelum is your pick. All right. Let's